A very good afternoon to one and all. I'd like to welcome you to this limited edition 8-goal match, the second of the tournament in 2025. We're on field number 4 over at Grand Champions Polo Club. Bit of a windy day today, 85 degrees, scattered showers, sun just coming out to break away some of those clouds. The two teams that are going to be competing for this second match are Amaro in the white or in the white and yellow, or at least the light-coloured shirts, and then Quiet on Z in their traditional dark blue and, of course, in the dark trousers. Let's just give you a quick rundown of who's out there this afternoon. We'll start with Amaro. We've got Scott Sabaro at number 1 playing off 0 goals. Then Nick Manifold matching his handicap with the number on his shirt, so he's at number 2. Then Chris Campson. Double K, always great to see him in the saddle, playing off 6 goals at number 3. And, of course, Michael Armour playing at number 4 off a 0-goal handicap. That totals 8. Quiet on Z, and we'll come back to Quiet on Z in just a few moments as to what a great season they've been having. Alicia Zeidler, the young lady from Brazil, at number 1, playing off -1. Then we have Artemio Figueres, the 2-goaler, at number 2. João Pedro Sousa, the second Brazilian in that lineup, playing at number 3, also 2 goals. And then, of course, Hilario Figueres playing the number 4 position of 5 goals. Your two mounted officials this afternoon are Dale Schwetz and Roddy Matthews. And I think we're about ready to go and get this first ball thrown in and getting this second game underway. Now, I did mention Quiet on Z, and really they are quite the team to beat this season. Just going through my notes here, they won the Aspen Valley Cup 8-goal. They won the Top Pony 8-goal. And they also, of course, recently won the USPA Bronze Trophy 12-goal. So there isn't anything they haven't won so far. And let's see if they can make it another victory here. Here we go then, ball's in play. And I'm pretty sure that Chris Campson will want to try and stop this run by Quiet on Z. A nice ball up to the front door, looking for and finding. Well, he found them, but he couldn't finish it there. Michael Armour in the danger zone, and the finish will come from the number 3. Campson making his way all the way up the field. Couldn't quite make the contact, but they still have it. Amaro, and that'll be the player with the number 2. Nick Manifold trying to get a shot on goal, but it's back to Quiet on Z and Artemio Figueres, and what a great season he's been having, playing off 2 goals, which I think is not going to stay that way for very much longer if he keeps playing at the level and the consistency that he's been playing. Here we go then, Quiet on Z, and that'll be the Brazilian, João Pedro Sousa. Working that ball nicely, the rotation also working very well. Hilario Figueres runs into a bit of traffic there with Chris Campson, forcing him to put that one out of bounds. And just also for those who weren't around last year, the winners in 2024, well, let's start with the runners-up because they're out there at the moment. That was Amaro. They unfortunately lost to Pony Express in that final by 9 goals to 13. Mackenzie Weiss picking up the MVP award back in 2024. So I'm pretty sure Amaro would like to not only make it through to the final again this year, but maybe pick up the win and the trophy. But there is still plenty of polo to be played until we get to that level. Here we go then, once again on the move. The team in the white and yellow with a little bit of black thrown in, Amaro. Long ball, looking for Michael Armour. He immediately runs into the defender, Hilario Figueres. Near side backhand, and no. Still Quiet on Z. Good non-call here. The umpire's allowing play to continue. That ball will just go nicely over that halfway line. He played it on the near side, but again, that angle might just been a little bit too tight for him to get through away with it. Let's have another look. It all started here when Hilario picked up the ball, turned it around, plays it downfield. Yeah, he did play the right shot, but by doing so, he did actually come ever so slightly, and it just needs a slight little bit of coming across that right of way. Good call by the mounted officials, and a penalty 5A quickly taken here by Amaro. But once again, it all ends when Hilario Figueres picks up that ball, and he will dispense them to all sides of the field. Campson, of course, aware of that, and also very much aware of Artemio Figueres, And once he gets going, it's hard to control him. Nicely done, taking that ball round the bend there on the near side. But again, a good bit of play there by Artemio Figueres. The backhand, yeah, he nearly tried, or he tried to play it into the run or into the path of Hilario. But Artemio, he won't waste any time. Now then, Campson back again, being pushed. He's out there all on his own. Artemio needs to keep his composure. Does so, the finishing touch. And that is why you want to keep a close eye on this young two-goaler. Like I say, I can't see him being or staying 2 goals for very much longer. Campson, of course, on his own. Not much he could have done here. Didn't want to foul, and he just strokes it in nice and gently. Quite on Z, picking up the first goal here in the first of our 6 chuckers of the limited edition 8-goal 2025. Now, before I forget, not that I would, but just in case, we, of course, do have a doubleheader on for you this afternoon. 4 o'clock, our featured game of the week, and what a cracking game that will be. We've got the Sterling Cup final. Global Port taking on the defending champions, the Maltese Falcons. That'll be at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And just to give you a little idea of who's going to be out there, well, both teams totaling 22 goals. We've got Stephanie Luders coming in for Mikey Romero, Lucas Diaz-Alberdi, the 6th goal at Beltram Laule, the other 6th goal, and then we've got Barto Castagnola coming to play for Global Port this afternoon in that final. The Maltese Falcons, as I said, defending champions, led by Melissa Ganzi, Nick Roldan, Gonzalito Pierres, and Santi Toccolina, so you do not want to miss that. As I say, coming up this afternoon, 4 o'clock here, CTV Sports. And, of course, we'd love to welcome you down at field number 2 at Grand Champions Polo Cup. I'll be there as well, so it'd be nice to catch up field side. Here we go then. The counter-attack coming very quickly. Amaro not wanting to waste any time. Do not want to allow this so strong, such a well-strong and mounted team, quite on Z, to run away with too many goals early on. Campson working it. Still Campson. Little backhand shot. It had a deflection and a good pickup here by Zeidler. Tries to keep it in bounds. She does so. Hilario, well played. Taking it around away from Nick Manifold. But under the watchful eye there of Roddy Matthews, who was right on top of that play. Let's have another look here. It was all happening right in front of that goal mouth. Zeidler picks it up, changes it to the near side, and then coming, well, I'm not sure where. Yeah, that's the foul there. So a good call by, once again, our mounted officials based on that infringement which took place right in front of goal. So we're going to have a penalty from the centre, penalty 5B. Little blocking, nothing untoward, but of course a big advantage now with possession from the halfway line for quite on Z. And the man there just teeing up that ball, as you can see, Hilario Figueres, earlier in the week, he managed to convert a penalty 5B, which, if you remember, is 150 yards plus. An incredible power and incredible technique. Let's see if he's going to have another go here. Well, he's had this one, or he's hit this one nice and low, and those low balls can be very treacherous. He was looking for Artemio. Couldn't quite make the contact. João Pedro Sousa trying to get a piece of that. Let's have another look at that play. You can see Artemio coming in from right to left. The tail shot. Now then, who's on that line first? Well, clearly you could see, again, thanks to our drone footage there, that the man with the number 2 had established himself on that line and had the lesser angle. Again, a good call here by our mounted officials. So the shoe's on the other foot now, a turnaround, and now Mr. Chris Campson will pick up his first penalty from the halfway line, a 5B. You can see he's already looking for a potential recipient. Well, why not himself have a crack at this? And that will just run out of bounds. But again, you know, a good 150 yards there from Chris Campson. So 2 very, very strong hitters here. Hilario Figueres here with his back to us on your screen, coming in on 5 goals. And Chris Campson, who's held his handicap for so many years now, very consistent. Easy. Oh, sorry. early challenge here coming in from Nick Manifold. And away we go with Quite on Z. Nicely taken on the near side by Artemio. Artemio's got a bouncing ball. I got another bouncing ball. Well done, Artemio, to stick with it. Campson just being beaten. And then the Brazilian, has he done enough? Campson clearly not amused. But the Brazilian, João Pedro Sousa, I'm sure will be very happy with that. That's where the ball was stolen. Yeah, he clean steal and just puts it through. Well played, João Pedro Sousa. So 2-0. We're still in the first chukker, and looks like Quite on Z latching on previous performances, not wasting any time, wanting to show who's the boss here. And away we go once again with Artemio. Exceptionally well mounted. Artemio, this could be goal number 2. Watch that ball just easily trickle over that back line. So goal number 2 for the 2-goaler, Artemio. And it all started here after that throw-in. Just picked it up. Not much Manifold could do here. And again, keeps his composure. Just gets the job done. And that makes it 3-0 for Quite on Z. So getting off to a very good start here in the second match of the limited edition 8-goal 2025. Ball thrown in just before we hear that, you will hear that first bell down on the field. And Quite on Z have won the throw-in once again. Hilario, little flick of the wrist. And once again, Artemio reading it very well. Coming down the line was Hilario. Umpire says, play on. Left behind for Campson. The last few seconds remaining here in chukker number 1. Campson would love to get at least one score on the scoreboard before they go into the first break. A lovely ball up the field there. Nicely picked up by the number 2 by Manifold. Ball is still in play. And, well, that will be the whistle and the end of the first chukker. So 3 unanswered goals. Let's see if Quite on Z can keep this up. We'll be right back here. Stay tuned for chukker number 2.
This place is special because of the unique environment and nature that you have around here.
There's an endless amount of things to do here in Aspen Valley, so this is the place to be in the summer.
Great group, you know, it's like a big family. We're all, you know, on the field it's intense, we compete, but off the field we do a lot of fun stuff.
Oh, it's like playing in the polo heaven. It's perfect.
Polo school is the funnest thing I've become involved with in the last year of my life.
Give me the confidence to be able to play an event in beach polo, Miami Beach, and snow polo in Aspen.
Our dedicated instructors have years of polo experience and are CHA certified.
It's important to us to come back and have a really good experience.
Every time you leave the gates from the polo school, you're hungry for more.
Welcome back, everybody. Great to have you with us. Limited edition 8-goal 2025, game number 2. We're at Grand Champions Polo Club, of course, and we're on field number 4. As I said, 85 degrees today. Rather warm, to say the least, but we do have a bit of a breeze going on there. Some of those flags, as you can see, are not quite deciding which way they want to blow. Those lovely World Polo League flags. And Quite on Z, once again, doing what they do so well. Coming out and scoring goals from the get-go. 3 in that opening chukker. 2 on the account of Artemio Figueres, 1 by Joao Pedro Sousa. Let me just quickly remind you who else is on that team for Quaiton Z at number 1, Alessia Zeidler. And of course, at number 4, Hilaria Figueres, Artemio playing the number 2, and Joao Pedro Sousa, the number 3. For Amaro, runners-up in 2024, Scott Sabaro playing the number 1 position, 0 goals at number 2, Nick Manifold, 2 goals at number 2. Number 3, Chris Campson, 6-goaler, of course, highest rated player on the field this afternoon. And at number 4, Michael Armour. Have a little bit of catching up to do, excuse me, here in chukker number 2. And especially to try and get a hold and a grip on this young man who just makes it look so easy. Just elegance in motion here as he takes that ball, well, you could say for a little walk all the way down the field. Is this the making of a coast-to-coast? The finishing shot here, yeah, just a little bit of pressure coming in from Campson. But a very nice run once again here by the 2-goaler, Artemio Figueres. Very cool, very calm, very composed. And just gets on with the job at hand. Puts that one slightly wide. So Amaro need to, as I say, just work out a strategy how to control that young player. Here we go then, Scott Sabaro. Overrides, leaves it behind. In comes the Brazilian, Joao Pedro Sousa. On the boards. Just taking the pace out a little bit to allow his attacking players to get back where they need to be. Campson, and that will be, I'm sure, one of the big jewels of the day. Campson against Figueres. Does not want to get caught out for delay of game, but you can see, look, they're hovering over him, sticking very closely to the 6-goaler. Now the cut shot. Looking for... yeah, there he is, trying to get that ball. Mr. Manifold has it taken off him by, well, once again, Artemio Figueres. A little bit of trickery. And a bit unlucky on that play as he tried to control it. Everything is okay here when he picks up the ball. Takes it. And that's where he loses it. And then... yeah, that's where that new line had already been established and created. So he basically crossed his own line after leaving it. Little shot under the neck there from Scott Sabaro, but the finishing is far from perfect at the moment here for Amaro. I'm sure that will change throughout the course of this game. Campson will take on 3 defending players from Quaiton Z. Well, that's just too many. And once again, very quick there. The man with the purple helmet, Hilario. Making life very difficult here for Campson. He needs to allow a little bit of space for Hilario to make the play. And out to the left-hand side, that ball is played. And very quickly, Artemio on it. A lot of space there in midfield for him to work that ball a little bit further. Yeah, well played. And he's runs into a little bit of traffic, but he's still got, well, I was going to say he still had a touch. Hilario a little bit too far away. Campson will go back and try and secure possession, but he now needs to get past Hilario. He now needs to allow Campson a little bit of space. And another steal. Nearly gets away with it. Oh, unlucky there by Campson. And Hilario will be thinking, thank you very much for that. Now then, Hilario, will he pick up his first goal of the match? I think you'll find he will. So, well done, Hilario, making it 4-0. A little bit unlucky there for Campson. But Hilario will be very pleased that his team are at the moment doing so well here. Chukker number 2, still no score from Amaro. Quick pony change. As you can see, the clock stopped there at 3:04. Very nice shot there of our 2 mounted officials. Dale Schwetz, one of the best in the business. And of course, from England, Mr. Roddy Matthews. Nice little shot here of the pit stop of, well, both teams in effect. So as I said, this afternoon, plenty more polo coming up, and another chance, of course, to remind you out there, if you haven't done so already, we've got a big week of polo coming up, and we've got a very special day next week, Friday, the 21st of March. The Sunset Polo International, a charity which aims to give all the proceeds to the Kids Cancer Foundation and the PTF, the Polo Training Foundation. This year, 2025, marks the 7th edition of Nick Roldan's Sunset Polo Party, also known as the White Party. And if you haven't ever been down here, well, I can only highly recommend and urge you to come down. It's always a great day out, great polo, and then, of course, the party that takes place here at Grand Champions Polo Club right afterwards. Lots of surprises in store. You can still go and get your tickets at sunsetpolo.com, but I do believe they are been selling out very fast. So get on the website, go to sunsetpolo.com and secure yourself your tickets for the 7th edition of Nick Roldan's Sunset Polo Party, hosted, of course, by Grant Gansey and Grand Champions Polo Club. Here we go. Quick pony change. Everybody's back out on the field. A little under 3 minutes remain. And that team in the blue shirts and the black trousers, quite on Z, very much in command and in control here in this second match of the limited edition 8 goal. But let's see if Mr. Manifold can put a dent on that, in that score line. Hilario coming back. Great bit of defense here, and again supported by a younger brother Artemio, who sends that ball out towards the boards. Campson, the engineer in that team, looking for a little opening, a little gap to take a shot on goal, and we know what a strong and powerful hitter he is, and also what a clever polo player he is. Well, he's in the situation now where he could just open those shoulders. He does, but puts it wide. Kind of felt like everybody was waiting for him to just put that one through. Maybe the pressure got the better of him, because normally Mr. Campson would put those away without blinking an eyelid. Here we go then, once again, quite on Z with a knock-in. Long ball, looking for Alessia Zeidler. Marked very well. Busy day at the office here for Campson. He's on his own. He's just got to get past round or over Hilario. Definitely within range. Hilario will stick as close to him as he can. He attempts a cut shot. Again, I like the idea and I like the thinking. And very close. So another shot on goal. Unfortunately, without the benefits of picking up a point, as Hilario now knocking it in on the right side of the field, looking probably for his brother. Campson just gets there in the nick of time to steal that ball off him. They're on the boards, but it's the Brazilian, João. I beg your pardon, it is Artemio. They do have very similar looking helmets. Campson coming out on top in this little duel. He slams on the brakes. Who's going to get to it first? Campson will be able to retrieve that broken ball or that broken play, but he's still got to try and shake off Artemio Figueres. Now Campson tries to finish it on the near side. In comes Scott Sabaro. Slightly overcooked that one, wanted to play it more towards that goal mouth. And we now do have a whistle. Let's have another look at this play. Here you see Scott taking the ball around. Well, we will have to wait and see what the umpires make of that, because that is the end of Chaka number 2. So another unanswered goal here coming from Amaro. 4 goals to 0 or 0 goals to 4. We'll have a very short break. Stay with us. We'll be right back for Chaka number 3.
When I founded the Taqueria 48 years ago, the goal was to service polo players fieldside and carry a complete line of polo equipment. Since those early days, we now carry everything for the horse and rider. Anything goes on or near a horse, you're likely to find here in our store. We still have polo equipment made by polo players for polo players.
Warm welcome. Coming up to 1:30 on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. We are, of course, at Grand Champions Polo Club, bringing you the second match of the limited edition 8 Gold 2025. CTV Sports, of course, bringing you all the angles, all the action. And I'd like to give a big shout out to the entire film crew that are out there. Of course, the centre cam, the lovely Stephanie, but the man who brings us all those amazing drone images, the one and only Austin Sarmiento, doing a great job making our lives here at the CTV headquarters studio so much easier to work out and deduce when there was a situation, because getting that bird's eye impression and that bird's eye vision always makes it a lot more easier to determine whether or not there was a foul, and of course to help the umpires with their trigger situations or decisions should they make one. We had a right-of-way infringement violation right at the end of chukker number 2. An open goal penalty, and I'm sure Mr. Camson will be very relieved to pick up the first goal here in this match for Amaro. So, 4-1. Nice way to start. Chukker number 3. Still plenty of time left here in this limited edition 8 Gold 2025. And let's see if this was or is the catalyst that's going to get Amaro up and running and start scoring a few more goals. But you've got to give it up to Kwaitonzi, doing as they have done throughout the entire season so far. Such a great job. Came out all guns blazing, picking up 3 goals in the first chukker, 2 by Artemio Figueres, 1 by João Pedro Sousa, and then also a goal in chukker number 2 by Hilario. Oh, what a good save here by the man who I just spoke about, João Pedro Sousa. And all of a sudden, Amaro standing very deep. Yeah, Sousa just suggesting that it might be a good idea for Michael Armour to leave a little bit more space for him to make the play. Let's have a look at how it came about. Sousa has the ball on his stick side. Yeah, and a little bit of a rub there, a little bit of riding in from behind, of course, uneven. Once again, a good call and a good spot there by our mounted officials. And as a result of that, another penalty 5B. So from the centre for Kwaitonzi. And, well, we've seen him take one of these before. We saw him take one in the first chukker. He was trying to send the ball to his brother Artemio, and that play has worked. We've seen that happen a few times. But let's see if Hilario will try and convert. He's done that once already this season. Well, with a technique like that, and again, that's his second shot, which has gone over 150, probably 165 yards. Incredible technique, and he makes it look so easy. Lets the pendulant of the mallet do the work, and of course puts a bit of elbow grease into that shot. So wouldn't be surprised if we see another conversion here from Hilario Figueres. As I said, that's one of his options. The other is to play to brother Artemio, and he will put it away. And again, they're trying to come in very early. Nice little steal here, or the attempted steal. As João Pedro Sousa stayed on that play. Let's have another look exactly at what happened here. Well, yep, there you see it coming down the line was the number 2, Nick Manifold. And again, a good call here by our mounted official. So a right-of-way violation. You know, a good 85–90% of the fouls committed in polo are exactly that. And we've also seen this young man, Mr. Camson, knock that ball over 150 yards. We saw him do that also in the first chukker. Let's see if he's going to have a crack at this and get goal number 2 for Amaro. Yeah, it's definitely straight. Couldn't get much straighter than that. And a lot of traffic in front of that goal mouth. I'm just going to have another look at, well, let's have another look together. What happened there? The ball going straight down the line. He was looking for Michael Armour. Yeah, and he couldn't get through. So this will be an interesting one. What will the 2 mounted officials decide here? as I suspected, could be a blocking foul. Yep, it was. So, second attempt here, an open goal penalty to Campson. No mistake, picking up his second goal, and a very important goal. As they were down by 4 goals, all of a sudden it looks a lot more promising. Now picking up 2 goals, both from the line, on the account of Mr. Chris Campson. So, the man in charge of scoring all the goals here at the moment, number 3, 6-goaler Chris Campson. A little bit unlucky there for Quaitonze. They were trying to defend that 5B. And in the process, just ever so slightly caught for blocking. And away we go. Well, Amaro have not won as many throw-ins as Quaitonze have. I was about to say, looks like Scott Zubia is going to run away with it. But this young man, he's got other ideas. Hilario, bit of an unfortunate bounce. Couldn't quite make the contact on that last shot. Campson, not wasting any time as he takes the ball around the bend. Still Campson, looking very promising. Could this be goal number 3 for Campson? Well, he gets the support just behind him there. He saw Scott Zubia coming in. Unlucky. And then, of course, there's always Hilario. And whether at a standstill or whether going at full speed, he will hammer those balls. I was going to say, did that ball even come back down, or did it get caught up in the clouds? Incredibly talented young player. He's on the ball again. Works very hard as well. Now he could also do this at a standstill. It's going to drop and just go wide. But that's where he's so lethal and so dangerous. That Hilario Figueres. So half a chukker played. And Quaitonze just want to hold on to all that hard work that they did in the first 2 chukkers, not give Amaro too much of an opportunity to play their game. Good shot there of João Pedro Sousa. Just getting on a fresh pony. Just slowly but surely, all the players are coming back out on the field. And of course, for those of you who weren't watching during the week, we know that the Palm Beach Open is, of course, very much up and running. Plenty of games from that third of our series of 4 World Polo League tournaments coming up. Just go to gcpolo.com to get an update on the scheduling. So, umpires, pretty straightforward. Open shot case, an open goal penalty 2 in favor of Quaitonze. And no mistake, once again, picking up his third of the afternoon, Artemio Figueres, restoring at least a 3-goal cushion. Remember, they were up by 4-0 at the end of chukker number 2. So the pressure still very much on Amaro here in this second limited edition 8-goal match. Back to the halfway line they go. Ball's thrown into play, and that's exactly what they start doing a little bit more, is winning those throw-ins. Campson has the ball. A little bit of a miss hit. And straight with him, as always, Artemio. Wasn't quite sure whether he was contemplating on taking that ball himself. Artemio realized, bigger part, Hilario Figueres, realizing that he had no one to play it to. I think he might have decided then to take it himself. Well, he's got the ball now. Turns, stops, has a little look. So Hilario on the move. You could see him glancing upfield there. Nice bit of stick control here. Still Hilario. Taking or trying to take that ball round the bend. He's got a chain of 4 players. He needs to get round. Little backhand coming from Michael Armour on the boards, picked up and taken by Campson. Campson let everybody ride past him. Still Campson. Drills another long ball downfield. And again, looking for Scott. And Scott wasn't there, and a huge opportunity for Michael. But maybe Nick Manifold can put the finishing touch on that play. The backhand from Figueres. And all of a sudden, Amaro seemed to be getting a lot stronger. Hilario appealing. Umpire says play on. Campson. And what a great goal. Mr. Chris Campson doing what he does so well. Picking up his third goal here in Chukka number 3. Taking on 2 players and then more or less at a standstill. Gets in a perfect position to open those shoulders and just drops one. Making it 3 goals now for him in this Chukka. But still quite on Z. In the lead by 5 goals to 3 as they come back to the halfway line. Ball thrown into play. Hilario. Figueres secures possession. Now again from a standstill. Plays it out to the left-hand side. He didn't quite get the ball to where he wanted it to go. Has to chase this one. Hilario with the backhand. Yeah. Nearly got through, but Campson getting stronger and stronger as this match continues. But hello, João Pedro Sousa will steal this one. Slightly overhits it. In comes Hilario once again. He's still got plenty of time here. Hilario Figueres on the approach. And I'm sure he'll be very, very happy with that. So Hilario picking up his second goal of the match. And that will bring us to the end of Chukka number 3. So half time, 3 goals to 6. We'll have a very short break. Stay with us for the second half of the limited edition 8 goal between Amaro and Quaiton Z.
If you are in the area, I suggest you make your way to Sunset Chuckers and Cocktail, because this is the fun type polo match. It's where everyone's relaxing, chilling, just having a great time. We have great hors d'oeuvres and a special drink for the day. Have an opportunity. Santos Bellini gonna fire one from 60. Oh, off the post.
Playing in a dedicated women's polo league is great for progressing your polo. It's great for us to play together as women, to have a chance to take to the field with some of the best polo players in the world. It's helping us come together, improve our polo and keep up playing a regular high level of polo.
Like, I'm learning so much. I am shadowing some of the best women players in the sport, and it's just been an incredible journey, really.
I have played at Santa Rita before and I love it here. It's a fantastic club. They do so much for not only just polo but women's polo, so we're very excited to be here, and huge thanks to Melissa and Mark for having us.
This place is special because of the unique environment and nature that you have around here.
There's an endless amount of things to do here in Aspen Valley, so this is the place to be in the summer.
Great group, it's like a big family. We're all, on the field it's intense, we compete, but off the field we do a lot of fun stuff.
Oh, it's like playing in the polo heaven. It's perfect.
Polo school is the funnest thing I've become involved with in the last year of my life.
Give me the confidence to be able to play an event in beach polo, Miami Beach, and snow polo in Aspen.
Our dedicated instructors have years of polo experience and are CHA certified.
It's important to us to come back and have a really good experience.
Every time you leave the gates from the polo school, you're hungry for more.
When I founded the taqueria 48 years ago, the goal was to service polo players fieldside and carry a complete line of polo equipment. Since those early days, we now carry everything for the horse and rider. Anything goes on or near a horse, you're likely to find here in our store. We still have polo equipment made by polo players for polo players.
Polo school is the funnest thing I've become involved with in the last year of my life.
Give me the confidence to be able to play an event in beach polo, Miami Beach, and snow polo in Aspen.
Our dedicated instructors have years of polo experience and are CHA certified.
It's important to us to come back and have a really good experience.
Every time you leave the gates from the polo school, you're hungry for more.
This place is special because of the unique environment and nature that you have around here.
There's an endless amount of things to do here in Aspen Valley, so this is the place to be in the summer.
Great group, it's like a big family. We're all, on the field it's intense, we compete, but off the field we do a lot of fun stuff.
Oh, it's like playing in the polo heaven. It's perfect.
Once again, a good afternoon and a warm welcome back. You are about to watch with us here at CTV Sports the second half of the limited edition 8 Gold 2025. Amaro, runners-up last year with Scott Sabaro at number 1, Nick Manifold at number 2, Chris Campson at number 3, and Michael Armour at number 4. Did not get off to the best start here in this limited edition 8 Goal League match. We saw no goals scored in the first 2 chukkers. Chris Campson then put an end to that, picking up 2 goals from the penalty 2 spot and 1 out of regular play. So they've so far scored 3, all on his account. Quite on Z, quite the team to beat this year with the young Brazilian Alessia Zeidler at number 1. Artemio Figueiras picking up 3 goals at number 2 in the first half. João Pedro Sousa also picking up a goal in the first chukker at number 3. And Hilario Figueiras also picking up a goal in chukker 2 and 3. They left the field after 3 periods of play, and the score was 6-3. I'm pretty sure Chris Campson will have had some stern words with his teammates to see how they can crack this one at the moment seems to be unbeatable quite on Z in the second half. Your 2 mounted officials, as always, the one and only Dale Schwetz, one of the best in the business, and of course Mr. Roddy Matthews, so the Anglo-American English duo they're out on the field. And let's see what those words in the tent at halftime will be bringing to Amaro, who, like I say, have still a bit of work to do. They're down by 3. And this Quite on Z team, very well mounted, very well together, all the players working very well with each other. A very high level of intelligence in the way that they play. And then, of course, technically, especially this young man with the number 2 on his shirt, Artemio Figueiras, getting better and better. And I'm sure we'll see plenty more goals from him throughout the second half. Campson will pick up this ball. He's got Hilario Figueiras sticking to him there like a cheap suit. He's going to try and take the ball off him. Campson, you do not want to let Campson get too much space because you can see how powerful he is, even on the near side. Yeah, ball cleared by Artemio. But on the boards once again, beg your pardon, that was João Pedro Sousa. Campson working very hard here to get to regain possession. He's done just that. Play continues, and he just bulldozes his way through that Quite on Z defense. No mistake, picks up a goal. I'm sure they'll give him the advantage. So Campson picking up his 4th of the match. It all started here when he left Artemio behind. A little bit of luck there that the ball just rolled underneath that pony. Even though Alessia Zeidler was slightly offside, the ball went over the line between the 2 posts, the 24 feet distance, and the goal is given. So goal number 4 for Amaro and for Chris Campson. And if they can continue what they did at the end of that first half, winning these throw-ins a little bit more, then quite on Z. Need to be careful here because this is far from a done deal. But as we've seen in that first half, every time Amaro has scored, somebody in a blue helmet, especially in this color blue helmet, seems to pick up another goal, and a great bit of defense here. It hits the post. Hilario just a little bit maybe not rigorous enough to put that one through. Now then, this whistle, will it go against Michael Armour and against Amaro, or will it go in favor of Quite on Z? Wouldn't mind having another look at the way that ball was cleared. Absolutely great play. Yeah, it looks like Mr. Armour will get the penalty against him. So a hit from the centre in favour of Quite on Z. Very open, closed, shut case here. And that line had already been taken into possession by Quite on Z. Amaro just coming across unintentionally, right of way infraction, and that of course means a hit from the centre for Amaro. And then Campson, will he have another crack at this? He's done it a couple of times before. We know he's got the strength, he's got the technique. Wind would seem to be in his favour. Another monster shot. And on the front door, the under the neck attempt there from Michael Armour. Picked up on the line by the Brazilian João Pedro Sousa. Finds Hilario. Left now for Nick Manifold. Doing a lot of the hard work there to allow Campson to do exactly what he's been doing all afternoon, which has been scoring goals, 4 to boot. Now then, 4:30 on the clock. Another whistle. Well, Hilario appealing there. Umpire says play on. Manifold has a slight deflection, and then of course there was a quick line change. Umpires allowing play to continue. Now, that will be an interesting one. What will the umpires make of that? Well, we're going to have a courtesy change. Let the umpires work it out. With still a good 3.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth chukker. And Campson, the driving force here in that Amaro team, doing a lot of work in creating opportunities and situations in which he could well, either dispense those balls to either Scott. He's been playing very well up the front there. Scott Sabara and Michael Armour also doing that rotation. Manifold staying a little bit more in midfield to support Chris and create those passageways that he needs to make the individual plays. But as I said, still plenty of time here in chukker number 4 for Amaro to draw level. They're down by 2 at the moment. And as always, doing a superb job, our 2 mounted officials. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again. You don't want to miss this afternoon's double header, of course, which we have for you here on CTV Sports today. The Sterling Cup final. Global Port will be taking on the defending champions, the Maltese Falcons, led by Melissa Ganzi, Nick Roldan, Gonzalito Pierres, and Santiago Tocalino, totaling 22 goals up against Global Port. And great to see that we have another young lady who's going to be out there this afternoon. We've got Stephanie Ludas playing alongside Lucas Diaz-Alberdi, 6 goals. Beltran Laule, the 6th goaler. And then, of course, Barto Castagnola playing for a Global Port. Quick pony change. Let's go back to the action here of this limited edition 8 goal. Campson. Ball up to the front door. Now this time he's got his eye on Nick Manifold, and he's got a lot of space to work this ball. Good first touch from Manifold. And then the finish. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Nicely done, but it all started with the pass coming from Campson. Manifold now picking up his first goal of the afternoon, and all of a sudden it's game on. 5-6. So just one goal left to draw level. So this, as I say, is far from over for Kwiatonze. They still have quite a bit of work to do, and Amaro, I'm sure you've noticed, seem to be getting stronger and stronger as this match continues. Chukka number 3, they won 3-2. And at the moment, in Chukka number 4, it is 2-0 in favour of Amaro. But those two first Chukkas, a total of 4 unanswered goals, which has put the pressure on them. And I'm sure that is something which now also Kwiatonze are feeling. We have another whistle. Ball was thrown into play. Here you see it on your screens. Comes out, taken there by the Brazilian, who gets caught in a little bit of a jam there between two players. And as we know in polo, you cannot take a player from two sides. But umpires have decided and awarded a penalty 4 in favour of Amaro. So Campson now with a big chance here to draw level. Just waiting there for the umpires to call play. And then this could be goal number 5 for Campson, which would make him en route to possibly pick up his second hat-trick within a Chukka. Remember, he picked up 3 goals in Chukka number 3. This could be his second goal now here in Chukka number 4. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be, so Kwiatonze dodging a very, very important bullet. That ball just going, as you can see, wide. So, what will be going through the mind of Captain Hilario Figueras? Have they given Amaro too much room and space to allow them to play their game? Hilario will play this one out to the right-hand side. Again, looking for and finding Artemio. He will give it back to brother Hilario. Yeah, from a standstill. Oops, a deflection. He got lucky. Now then, can he leave 2 defending players behind? It looks like he can't. Very quickly turned around by the number 2, Nick Manifold, told to leave it for Campson. Campson opens those shoulders. Looking possibly again for Nick Manifold, who'd moved up towards and into that goal zone area. And now Hilario. Again, not able to control it. Manifold is there. In comes Artemio. A lot of traffic in front of that goal mouth. It's been an interesting one. Let's see what the umpires make of that. It all started with a bit of a fumbled play there from Hilario, trying to clear it. Stick comes in. Yeah, it could be an uneven ride-off, could be ever so slightly a rub there. Again, very much under the eyes of the watchful eyes of the umpires. They will possibly trigger this. They, of course, have the ability to trigger any play if they are in doubt. And this is where, of course, the technology is so instrumental and so key. So let's see what they make of that. I'm having another look at it here on my screen. And you see Hilario, he fumbles it, left behind. Just the smallest of touches, and you have, of course, that line change, which is sometimes very difficult to spot, especially if the ball is underneath the pony. And not only that, of course, the question is, where will they drop the ball? Looks like it's being dropped on the penalty 2 line, so 30 yards, open goal. And it's going to go against Kwiatonze. and in favour of Amaro. So, second chance for Chris Campson to get the equaliser if he indeed goes for the shot, which I'm pretty sure he will once the umpires have called play. This time, no mistake. He's third from the penalty 2 spot. Chris Campson making it 6 goals apiece. So now we really do have a game on our hands, because if they keep this up, Quaitonzi seem somewhat stung and stunned by the way Amaro have come back. This what looked like was going to be a walk in the park has definitely changed here in Chukka 3 and now in Chukka number 4. 3 goals to nil as it stands just in this Chukka alone. But let's see if Artemio can put a stop to this. Artemio, so far, every time he's had been in that sort of a situation, he's completed and converted. Campson, he's got plenty of time to take the ball upfield. Manifold will all try and send that ball back to Campson. In comes Artemio. Now then, second attempt for Artemio. Figueres on the near side. Well played. Well played, Artemio, picking up his 4th goal of the game. And that will bring us to the end of Chukka number 4. Nice little steal here. And, well, 3 goals to 2 for Amaro in Chukka number 3. Now 3 goals to 1 for Amaro in Chukka number 4. So Quaitonzi just holding on to the lead by that 1 goal. We'll be right back here. Stay with us for Chukka number 5.
Playing in a dedicated women's polo league is great for progressing your polo. It's great for us to play together as women, to have a chance to take to the field with some of the best polo players in the world. It's helping us come together, improve our polo and keep up playing a regular high level of polo.
Like, I'm learning so much. I am shadowing some of the best women players in the sport, and it's just been an incredible journey, really.
I have played at Santa Rita before and I love it here. It's a fantastic club. They do.
Well, you can see the players not wasting any time to get straight back out there. Want to continue, especially Amaro. After Chris Campson got the equaliser, it was six apiece for maybe half a minute, and then a broken play. Artemio Figueres doing a very good job in picking up his 4th goal of the match. So they are in the lead by 7 goals to 6 as we start Chukka number 5. And that was a cracking goal by Mr. Manifold, I believe it was. 2 gentlemen there with the dark helmets. Let's have another look as that ball comes around the outside. Yeah, he opens his shoulders, hammers that one through. So Nick picking up his 2nd goal, and a great way to start Chukka number 5. Getting the equaliser. It is 7 goals apiece. So Amaro at the moment seem to be able to do no wrong as the ball's thrown back into play. And once again, they're winning a lot more of those throw-ins as well now. The near side backhand shot didn't quite get the contact he was hoping. Hilario up against Campson. Hilario turns it. His right, his line of, well, his right of way, his line, plays it to the left. Now then, who was reading that play to get out there on the left? Ooh, well, umpire's being very tolerant there, letting that one go through. all relative, of course, to speed. Again, an near-side backhand shot, and away we go with the Brazilian João Pedro Sousa. Couldn't take it. Hilario picking up that loose ball. Kamsen comes in for a challenge. Hilario now over the halfway line, up against a good steal here by Scott Sabara. Well played, Scott. But it was game over when João Pedro Sousa put his stick down. But in front of goal, once again, Scott slightly overrides Kamsen. Why? Well, this is where Quaitons need to be careful, because they are getting closer and closer, and every time Kamsen is within the vicinity of taking a shot on goal, well, you all know how that normally ends. So, Hilario knocks the ball back into play. This time sends it out to the right-hand side. Now, this could be a coast-to-coast run. He's found brother Artemio. Picks it up nicely. Kamsen's back there with him. Still Artemio. Looking for, good pick up here by Sousa. On the near side, plays it back on to his stick side. And Kamsen couldn't control it. Hilario. Surely. From there, he must be able to take a shot. Well, the ball is still... No, it's not. He's... Nice gesture there as Michael Armour dropped his mallet, and his sportsmanship through and through. And there was a whistle just before that happened. So what will the umpires have made of that last play? I was just surprised that Hilario didn't try and knock one in a little bit earlier. So a hit from the spot. And Hilario, as I thought, will take this. Didn't take it very well. Mallet heads and balls flying all over the place. A little backhand shot there attempted by Alicia Zeidler. Somebody clearly needs to go and get himself a new polo mallet. Meanwhile, Amaro advancing further and further into the half of Quaitons. Kamsen just holding fire until everybody's back on the field. Manifold looks like he was the man who needed a new mallet. And Manifold, he's done it once before. Can he do it again? Oh, very close. Very, very close indeed. And that would have put Amaro in the lead in this game for the first time. So they're going to go for another quick courtesy change. But at the moment, they seem to be doing no wrong. And Quaitons just not playing the same kind of game they did in the first, especially the first two chukkers. Let's just have another look at how they did. They opened up with 3 goals in that first chukker. Two goals coming from Artemio Figueres in that opening chukker, and then one from João Pedro Sousa. Left to field, it was 3-0. Chukker number 4, Hilario picking up his first goal. Still no score for Amaro. So at the end of the first two chukkers, it was 4-0. Seems like ages ago now. And then the Chris Kamsen show started with a hat-trick in chukker number 3. 2 from the penalty 2 spot and 1 goal from regular play. Just 2 goals from Quaitons, 1 again from Artemio Figueres and 1 from Hilario Figueres in chukker number 3. But as I said, the Chris Kamsen show was very much on its way. It was 3-2 at the end of chukker number 3 in that isolated chukker, leaving them 6-3 overall. Chukker number 4, again 3 goals coming from Amaro, 2 from Chris Kamsen, 1 from Nick Manifold, and just the 1 goal, the 4th from Artemio Figueres, which just kept them ahead by 7-6. And then, of course, Nick Manifold picking up his second goal here in chukker number 5. And you can see it right there on your screen, the scoreboard. 7 goals apiece in the 5th chukker where we are at the moment. We have a good 3.5 minutes remaining. And then, of course, chucker number 6 straight away thereafter. So, who is going to keep their nerves and who is going to keep it together? Because at the moment, as I say, quite on Z. Maybe the way Amaro have been playing is just getting the better of them. Polo, of course, for those of you who are out there who know and who play, it is also very much a mind game, or can be very much a mind game. There are days when you're out there where you surpass yourself and you play and you do things you never thought you could, and then literally a day later you feel like you've never sat on a horse before. Here we go then. Let's see if Hilario Figueres can restore a little bit of confidence within the team. That ball again looking for his brother Artemio. Campson. And Artemio needs to, and he does know he needs to clear. And why not? That's what he will do. Give him half a chance. Campson. That ball run out of play. So again, Hilario Figueres might need to come up with a different option here because they seem to shut him down every time he knocks that ball into play. Plays it out to the left-hand side this time, but again, he's got a man on, so they're coming in, they're pressing very, very early. And that will be the brief, I'm sure, from Chris Campson and the coaches. Hilario. Just teeing it up the way he wants it now then. Is he going to find brother Artemio? He's going to have to play this one on the near side. He does so. Gets a good piece of it. Ball comes off the board. So again, new line created immediately. Manifold, the first man on it. Does the old switcheroo, gives it over to Campson. Campson now up on the boards. Plays it towards midfield. And a very nice first touch here from Scott Sabaro. Looks over his shoulder, keeps his head down. Sabaro, it's high, but is it straight? Just wide. Unlucky Scott. He's had a couple of those situations where just getting the perfect final touch there just wasn't meant to be. So we find ourselves back on the back line here of Quite on Z. And Hilario Figueres. Just waiting there for the umpire to call play. And away we go. Hilario. This time plays it out to the right-hand side. And he's found the Brazilian, João Pedro. Can't get to it. Hilario will have to lend a helping hand. Decides to work this one himself a little bit. A little over a minute remaining. Oh, he's lost that one. And these are the kind of mistakes. And this is, I don't know if it's concentration or if it's just the power now and the strength and the confidence of Amaro. Once again, Scott Sabaro doing a very good job coming down the line. Nick Manifold, will he get the appeal? Umpires saying play on. Hilario takes it out to the boards. Now then, has he got a blue shirt with the number 2 on it? Do you think he has? Artemio. Yeah, they're just not connecting. They're not hitting the ball as well as they did in the first 2 chuckers. Campson aware of the fact that something is amiss here with Quiet on Z. Let's see if they can capitalize on that. Another monster shot from Campson. And the finish. Yeah, he got a hook. But then there's always that man with the number 1, and he very much deserves to pick up that goal. Well done, Scott Sabaro. And with that, he puts the team in the lead. It all started here with the hook, and then just strokes that ball across. Well played, Scott Sabaro. So, all to play for when we come back in chucker number 6. It is 8-7. You don't want to miss chucker number 6. Stay with us.
have an opportunity. Santos Bellini gonna fire one from 60. Oh, off the post.
Sixth chukker action, and what a comeback, what a turnaround here by Amaro. Compliments to Scott Sabara picking up, I think, a well overdue goal here in chukker number 5. Michael Armour doing a great job there, doing a lot of the dirty work and the hard work. Nick Manifold, well, what can you say? You know, when he shoots, he scores. And Mr. Chris Campson, 5 goals on the day. So it does beg the question, well, what happened to Quiet on Z, especially during chukker number 3? They were dominating this game, especially in the first 2 chukkers. They could literally do no wrong. And now all of a sudden, like I said, the turnaround came in chukker number 3. Chukker number 4 wasn't much better. Chukker number 5 was probably the worst chukker they've played. 2 unanswered goals. Seem to be struggling just to get the ball out of their own half. So as a result of that, they are now down by 1 goal, in so much that Amaro are leading 8 goals to 7. So now the shoe very much, or the boot, very much on the other foot. Quiet on Z need to pick up an early goal here in chukker number 6 to restore a little bit of pressure and the dominance of the first 2 chukkers. But Amaro, as we suggested, needed to start winning a few more of those throw-ins, and they have done exactly that, and most of those have resulted in a goal. Campson already knocking on the door here of Quiet on Z. Campson just looking for that little gap. He won't get another piece on that ball, or will he? Well, if he won't, oh, well defended. The near side backhand shot coming from Manifold. Just wide. So Hilario. Let's see if coming in from this end of the field, the east end, because this field runs from east to west. Now playing towards that east, that west end goal mouth. But they just can't seem to get through or past Amaro. Under the next shot from Campson. And Campson, well, that's his 6th goal of the match. So the Chris Campson show very much continuing here in chukker number 5. Remember, he scored 3 in the third, twice in chukker number 4, and now his first goal, making it a total of 6 here in chukker number 6. And with that, it is 9 goals to 7. Still getting stronger and stronger. No score, as I say, in chukker number 5. Hilario, a lot of pressure on him right now. Campson again, and the entire Amaro team coming in very early. A lot of pressure. Wants to force the error. Chris does need to allow him to make at least 1 play. Will now move out of that little duel. Plays it out to the left-hand side. The backhand. Looking for Campson, but Hilario and Artemio, both of them now coming back to take on Campson. That ball will go over the halfway line. Has a slight deflection. And, yeah, Artemio, he knew it. Moves out of the way. And Campson, again, looking for Scott. The near side backhand, and I was just about to say that Michael Armour, of course, he was also there just waiting. And he did a good job by doing exactly that, because he now also picks up his first goal. And that would mean that everybody on the Amaro Polo team have scored. Yeah, this is a very, very clever read by Michael Armour. And look at that, all of a sudden, not only into double figures, but leading by 10 goals to 7. So a very nice cushion here of 3 goals against the team that many thought were unbeatable this season, Quiet on Z. But you don't want to count your chickens just yet. There is still a good, well, just now under 4 minutes remaining here in Chukka number 6. Hilario, once again, trying to keep the pressure on. Has he found? Yeah, he has. Well, he found Joao Pedro Sousa. He couldn't control it. In comes Artemio. He can do much with it, or can he? The finishing touch there, yeah, he's not happy with himself. He would have liked to have had another crack at that and put that one through. He had to play the near side. So a little bit unlucky. But I'm sure Scott, Michael, Nick and Chris will be quite happy with the way things are going here. So the last and final courtesy change of this game. Well, this is sport for you. And even within the matter of a single game, things can go from hot to cold or cold to hot. They've definitely gone from cold to hot for Amaro, and they've gone quite the opposite for Kwaitonzi. Kamsa once again doing what he does so well, delegating his team, and looks like they're on target for their first win here in this limited edition 8 goal. Remember, we had a game earlier in the week. Tanakana took on Tough Rider, who won that game in overtime, 8-7. And as all the tournaments from 6 to 26 goal that we've had so far this season have been absolutely incredible. Also, this limited edition 8 goal promises to have some more exciting and thrilling matches. Remember, go to gcpolo.com to check up on the updated schedule. Nice shot here of Artemio Figueres. Now, is that going to be the magic pony that's going to possibly bring the change? Only 3:22 remaining here in Chukka number 6, and they've got a very comfortable little cushion of 3 goals under their belt. So let's see if Kwaitonzi can turn this around. Possession, of course, now very important here, and possession is what Amaro have. Delschwitz will call play, and then Mr. Kamsen will get things underway. That ball might be a little bit short, but Manifold, I thought he would stop that one. Now then, Hilario. Be great to see him just stop and drop one from anywhere in the field. We know he's able and very capable of doing exactly that, but he needs to keep a very close eye on the time, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Hilario takes a shot, has to stop off with brother Artemio, and Artemio will put this one through. Well, that was important, very important also for the psyche of the team. Artemio Figueres, you can always count on him, and that's his 5th goal of the afternoon. And there is still plenty of time here. 2:20, a good 2:20, 2 goals in it. Yeah, you can see it on the scoreboard on the far side, 2:20 something. Here we go, ball's in play, and Kamsen and Amaro will have possession once more. And every time that ball goes down to the west end of the field, oh, what a great pickup here. Superbly done by Scott Sabaro. Some might say he got robbed there, not getting the deserved goal. Artemio tops that ball, comes straight back down, no length on it, and a steal, a very effective steal here by Manifold. Possession, as I said, is the key word. Amaro have it. The clock is ticking down a little over a minute and a half. Getting really stuck into it there is Scott Sabaro. Well played. Artemio releases the ball off the boards. Has to come back. He was anticipating Joao Pedro Sousa to do a little bit more with it. Now then, this could be a breakaway play if he can control it. Yeah, this looks good. Now then, Joao Pedro Sousa slightly topped it. Artemio's behind him. keep a lookout, keep an eye on that scoreboard, on that clock. Going for the nick roll down, the cut shot from a very difficult angle. Left for Manifold. Still, and back to Quite on Z, and again Artemio. Kamson will shut him down on the boards. The near side backhander, there's a deflection, and therefore, of course, a new line. And now it'll be down to Hilario. And if, well, was the whistle before João Pedro Sousa took the shot? I think there may have been. You can see Hilario working it down the back line. Still Hilario. Now, was that an uneven ride-off? Will they give advantage? Well, we'll see what happens. A quick pony change, a very quick one once more. You know, the goal is given. So, Hilario. Penalty one, so an automatic goal. Thank you. So an automatic goal. A penalty one. And, of course, possession from the halfway line. Now, 32 seconds to get the equaliser to push them into overtime. Or has he saved this 5B for exactly when it is needed most, which is right now? Will Hilario Figueres get the equaliser from a 5B? It's a tall order, but he's done it before, or he's maybe not quite in this situation, but he's definitely scored from the halfway line. That ball will just go through, turned, left for Artemio. Artemio shoots, and Artemio scores. My goodness. My goodness, well done, Artemio. I told you can rely on him. And that makes it 10 goals apiece. Did not see that coming. So, the last few seconds, and that will be full time. So, 10 goals apiece. I'm pretty sure the players are going to stay out on the field. And, well, no, we're going to have a very, very, very short break. Stay with us, a very short break, and we'll be back for the golden goal, 7th chukker, when we return.
Polo school is the funnest thing I've become involved with in the last year of my life.
Give me the confidence to be able to play an event in beach polo, Miami Beach, and snow polo in Aspen.
Our dedicated instructors have years of polo experience and are CHA certified.
It's important to us to come back and have a really good experience.
Every time you leave the gates from the polo school, you're hungry for more.
If you are in the area, I suggest you make your way to Sunset Chuckers and Cocktail, because this is the fun type polo match. It's where everyone's relaxing, chilling, just having a great time. We have great hors d'oeuvres and a special drink for the day.
When I founded the Taqueria 48 years ago, the goal was to service polo players fieldside and carry a complete line of polo equipment. Since those early days, we now carry everything for the horse and rider. Anything goes on or near a horse, you're likely to find here in our store. We still have polo equipment made by polo players for polo players.
Playing in a dedicated women's polo league is great for progressing your polo. It's great for us to play together as women, to have a chance to take to the field with some of the best polo players in the world. It's helping us come together, improve our polo and keep up playing a regular high level of polo.
Like, I'm learning so much. I am shadowing some of the best women players in the sport, and it's just been an incredible journey, really.
I have played at Santa Rita before and I love it here. It's a fantastic club. They do so much for not only just polo but women's polo, so we're very excited to be here, and huge thanks to Melissa and Mark for having us.
This place is special because of the unique environment and nature that you have around here.
There's an endless amount of things to do here in Aspen Valley, so this is the place to be in the summer.
Great group, it's like a big family. We're all, on the field it's intense, we compete, but off the field we do a lot of fun stuff.
Oh, it's like playing in the polo heaven. It's perfect.
Well, what can I say? What a turnaround here. Amaro, who dominated the second half, has to be said, after Quite On Z got off to such a cracking start. It is 10 goals apiece. This is polo at its best, and this is the limited edition goal, 8 goal at its best. So, sudden death, golden goal, 7th chukker. Both teams line up, and let's see if that has sparked a few flames within Quite On Z, who were very much below par in the second half. Amaro just getting stronger and stronger, and Mr. Campson, this could all be over in a matter of seconds. A nice pass up to the front door there, looking for Scott Sabaro. Scott Sabaro. Oh. That could have, should have, must have been the winner. But Quite On Z are going to hold on by the skin of their teeth. And let's see if they can make their attack, which is now starting with Hilario. He's been struggling to get those balls out of his own half. The last few times he's been taking those balls, he's found Artemio. Going up there, you can see is Suso. He gets himself caught in the middle of a muddle. Now then, Artemio. Yeah, leaves one player behind, Nick Manifold. In comes the Brazilian. Everybody overrides. Hilario. He's in the half now of Amaro, but can he control it? Turns it around. Down comes the hammer from Campson. Little entanglement, and you can see Artemio shooting off, wanting that ball to catch up with him. Not precise enough, but hello, broken play, and there could be the Brazilian. Oh my goodness. All in front of goal, play continues. Good non-call here. And again, a powerful shot. And here he comes. Working so hard. Scott Sabaro. He had Alessia on his near side. And all of a sudden, Quite On Z, very much alive here. But a whistle. Was he turning on the ball? Did he come across that right away? Here we see again how Scott, he was too far out. They come together there. And as we know, there is no right away on the near side. So Hilario picked it up. Interesting call here. And I think, the umpire's just calming everybody down here. And if one man knows exactly how to break down that play, it will be Dale Schwetz. It did look to me like there could have been a bit of an unfair rub against Hilario, hence why they've given it to Kwaiton Z. So Hilario gets the 5B. And let's see if he can make this count, or at least drop it in such a way. This is a set play. We've seen it so many times now. Hilario will be looking for Artemio. He's going to be taken out of the equation by Campson. Oh, a good ride-off here. Left behind for Manifold. New line. Manifold has it. Plays a little cheeky backhand. Looking for Campson. And another whistle. It all started here with this little cluster of players. Nick Manifold. That looked like a pretty even ride-off, yeah. And there she was, unfortunate for Alessia Zeidler coming across the right-of-way of Mr. Chris Campson. To the dismay here, of course, of Kwaiton Z. And that will be dropped, I'm pretty sure, for a penalty 4. This could be the decider. Campson there just having a few words with Roddy Matthews, and can't remember what Dale told me. Does he like new balls or broken balls? I think he is one of those players who likes using newer balls. So again, that superstition of the polo players very much alive and kicking. Campson now happy, hopefully, with the ball he's been given. And he's got the wind in his back as well. So, Campson for the winner, if he can put this one through. Oh, my goodness, on the inside of that post. Wow, what a way to finish. So Mr. Chris Campson wins this game, beg your pardon, for his team, for Amaro in overtime. And yes, you can see jubilations and celebrations going on there on the field. We'd like to congratulate Scott Sabaro. Great performance by him, Michael Armour, Nick Manifold and Chris Campson. Commiserations, and very unlucky there, picking up that penalty 4 against them, but nonetheless well played. Alessia Zeidler, Artemio Figueres, Joao Pedro Sousa and Hilario Figueres. From all of us here at CTV Sports, remember we will be down at Grand Champions Field number 2. Come and join us for the final of the Sterling Cup, which will be starting in about an hour and 15. From all of us here, enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon.